Hi, class. So, Mrs. Lobby here, and we're going to be talking about quick breads. So excited about quick breads because I love quick satisfaction, and the best way of getting that is through quick breads. So, let's get started. So, quick breads, just your basic quick breads, there are don't require any yeast, and they have examples of muffins and coffee cake and scones, which is one of my favorites, um, waffles and pancakes. So, absolutely delicious. Quick breads. There you go. Now, what are the differences of them? Well, it's these three things. Well, I guess we'll see up there. These three things: baking soda, yeast, and baking powder. What do they have in common? They are leavening agents. And leavening agents makes your food rise. So in quick breads, we don't use yeast. We only use either baking soda or baking powder or together. So let's get started with that, of what the differences are. Okay. Oop. Sorry about that. So yeast is a living cell. Okay, and we're going to be talking about yeast later. It multiplies rapidly when given the proper food, moisture, and warmth. That'll be in the second lab that we'll do. It must proof or rise to allow the production of carbon dioxide that allows the bread to rise during baking. So it emits gas. However, quick breads uses baking soda or baking powder to do the same thing, but they don't have to proof, they don't have to arise. It's quick. So baking powder and baking soda do not require time for rising. So the batter for quick bread is cooked immediately right after mixing. Kind of cool. All right. So here are the basic ingredients for a quick bread. Different quick bread batters are created by varying the ingredients and combining them in a certain way to form the structure of the bread. So the basic ingredients of quick breads are fat, sugar, eggs, flour, liquids of some sort, and a leavening agent. Flavoring ingredients, like you might add some fruits or some vegetables, a liquid such as buttermilk or fruit juice, some type of extract like vanilla, or herbs like thyme, or a spice like cinnamon. And then, depending on how the ingredients are mixed, they will determine the texture and the quality of your quick breads. So, what's the difference between baking powder and baking soda? Well, baking powder and baking powder is a mixture of both baking soda plus an acid. Now, if you watch the Alton Brown video, it explains to you about how the differences are between baking powder and baking soda. Okay. Most consumers, like for me, moi, uses double acting baking powder. What does that mean? Well, it contains fast acting acid that reacts with the moisture in the recipe, and a slow acting baking powder that reacts with the addition of heat. So if moisture is present, like buttermilk, the acid, so it could be cream of tartar, lemon juice, buttermilk are examples of an acid, reacts, causing the release of carbon dioxide, which causes cake to rise. Now, if you have too much leavening agent, it'll cause air bubbles to be too big, and they combine and burst, leading to, you got it, a flat cake. Too little leavening agent, like if you don't have enough, will lead to a very, very dense, very heavy cake or biscuits or pancakes or whatever you're making. So these are the terms that I need you to know so that when we talk more about quick breads, you understand what I'm saying. So when I say the term leavening agent, you're going to go, oh yeah, that's baking powder, baking soda, or yeast. okay, or other things like egg whites. But we're just going to look at these three, okay? So it's a chemical that produces gas, helps the products to rise. Another term I want you to know, of course, is baking soda. Baking soda converts CO2 gas when mixed with an acid, such as lemon juice or vinegar, and then 4 times as strong as baking powder. Now, baking powder is a combination of baking soda and cream of tartar, and sometimes a cornstarch. It's double acting. The first action produces gas bubbles, happens when the batter is mixed. The second action happens when more CO2 is created during baking. A little science going on here. You can have a short 15 to 20 minute delay after mixing the batter before you put it in the oven. All right, that is it for part 1 of the series or the unit of quick breads. All right, until next time, part 2.